Hello, I welcome you all to our topic 2. And topic 2 is very simple. This is where we get to discuss quadratic equations. So we are going to learn about quadratic equations. And I believe by the end of this lesson, we are going to cover everything that we need to know under quadratic equations. So under quadratic equations, so make sure you are writing down all these things in your book, and you are able to copy. So let's start now. So a quadratic equation is an equation which is written in the form. So this is written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is what you need to understand. Anything that will be written in this format, just know that that is a quadratic equation. So anything written in this format, that is a quadratic equation, where you know that the value of a here, the a which is here, is a coefficient of what? X squared. The b here, it is the coefficient of x. And the c which is here is a constant. A c is a constant. Then equal to what? Equal to 0. Any equation that will be written in this format, that is a quadratic equation, and it carries a lot of marks. So I want you to understand this, and I want you to get this concept. For example, so let's say, for example, we've got something like this. For example, let's say you are having something that is written in this format: 3x squared plus 4 is equal to 4x. Have you seen? You are given this equation. You ask yourself, is this a quadratic equation or not? What is this? This is a quadratic equation, because this one, if properly arranged, can be written in that format. So as long as you're able to see a squared somewhere, as long as you're able to see a value having x and a constant, so how can you rewrite this one? The way in which you are going to rewrite this one is like this. This is what you are going to do. So you start with this one having a square. So you start with that one, x, 3x squared plus. Is it plus? No. When this one comes this side, since it is positive, so when it crosses the equal to sign, the sign changes to minus 4x. This one is plus. Plus 4, which is equal to what? Equal to 0. So that's how you know that it is a quadratic equation. Have you seen? This one now is written in the format with that one. Have you seen? In the format. So we need to make sure that we write a quadratic equation in that format. That is a format that we need to follow whenever we want to answer such questions. So that is a format that you need to know. That's a format that you need to understand. So quadratic equations, you know that this topic that we are doing, it carries 5 marks. So even as you are preparing for your exams, you know that the 5 marks are already reserved for you. It's very easy to get all these marks. Just follow me properly. See how I get to answer them. For example, let's say, let us look at an example here. For example, so we are having our example. Solve the equation. Solve the equation. This is what we are given. So we are told to solve the equation. Solve the equation. What's the equation? 3x squared minus minus, let me say minus 1 minus x equal to 0. You want to solve this equation. Then they are saying not only this, then they are the comma, then giving your answer, they are going to specify giving your answer to 2 decimal places. This is how it is. To 2 decimal what? Places. This is the question which you are given. So I'm going to do this so that we are able to see this question which is here. This is the question which we are given. So it is saying solve the equation 3x squared minus 1 minus x equal to 0, giving your answer to 2 decimal places. This one, like I've told you, it carries how many marks? 5 marks. So once you know how to solve this, you know that in an exam, the 5 marks are already reserved for you. There is a package of 5 marks that is just waiting for you. This is paper 2. A calculator is allowed. So this is just our topic 2. We are yet to do other topics. So let's make sure we get and understand this one. So we continue and say, you ask yourself, is this equation written in a proper format? The answer is no. So you rewrite it. It should be what? 3x squared. Then I need to start with that one. Minus x minus 1 equal to what? Equal to 0. This is the format which I need to follow. X squared, this one having x power 1, then a constant at the end, then equal to what? Equal to 0. After reaching here, or after doing this, I need to have 3 things. I need to find the A, the B, and the C. So this one which is attached to this one having a squared, that number there is A. So our A is what? Our A is 3. What is our B? A number which is attached with x, just having x. So x here there is 1. 1 we don't show. If you've got your answer like 1x, you cannot say 1x. This is not correct. You just say x. Even if you have negative 1x, you cannot say negative 1x. You just say negative x. Same applies here. So the number which is invisible is this number which we are not able to see, negative 1. So here we've got negative 1x. Now we cannot say negative 1x. We just say negative x. So here it's negative 1. What is your C? Your C is what? Negative 1 also. So these are some of the things that we need to do and understand. So you need to make sure that you understand this part correctly. You get this. After you do this, what you need to do next is that you say the formula now, you say x now is equal to negative b plus or minus, you do this, then b squared minus 4ac. Then everything, starting from the equal sign here, you do this. Then you put what? 2a. This is where a lot of students get to make mistakes. These are mistakes that a lot of students make in an exam. This over here should cover everything. It should not just end here, but it should cover everything. We need to cover everything. We need to make sure that we cover everything. So here now you say x is equal to what? X is equal to, you now replace negative there, there's a negative. What is your b? Negative 1. So you put negative 1 there. Plus or minus, I do this. What is my b? I'm just getting b is what? Negative 1. So I say negative 1. I put a square minus. What is my a? My a there is 3. What is my c? See, just get what you're able to see. What is your c? -1. You do this, cross. After doing this, then you say over. Over what? 2. Multiply by A. What is your A? You check. Your A is 3. So you put your 3 there. Like this. Nicely. This is how you need to do. All these steps that I'm doing, these are the same steps that you need to follow, even in an exam. These are steps that you need to get. These are steps that you need to understand. After you do this, we now substitute. So we now substitute. We now need to substitute. So this is the substitution we've done. Then we evaluate, or we find the final answers. Negative times negative, it is positive. So here just the same as 1 plus or minus. If you're not sure of these numbers, you use a calculator. So someone to type everything which is here. Just everything. Help me type everything. Put open bracket -1 cross squared minus 4 cross open 3 cross open -1. Just the way it is, like this. Type on your calculator. The way it is, open bracket -1 cross squared minus 4 open bracket 3 cross open bracket -1 cross. What answer are you getting? You are getting 13. So just put your 13 there. So this is like I reduce it 13. Then I say over. Over what? What is 2 times 3? 2 times 3, it is 6. So I put my 6 there. This is what you have to do. These are procedures that you need to do. So I'll continue from here. This is where I'm going to continue from. So I'll say x is equal to, so 1 plus or minus. What is the square root of 13? What is the square root of 13? The square root of 13 is what? You press on your calculator, square root of 13. You get 3.6055. I'll just end there. Then everything here over what? Over 6. This is what we need to do. Everything over what? Over 6. After you do this, after you are done with that, the next thing you need to do now is to separate. Have you seen where there is a plus here, plus or minus? Meaning you are supposed to have 2 answers. You need to get 2 answers. So we need to make sure that we have 2 answers. So what you are going to do, this is another part here. I don't want to confuse anyone like this. You say x is equal to 1 plus 3.6055. 5 just going over what? Over 6. We say or x is equal to 1. Now here I'll use minus. Minus what? So I'll use minus. Minus what? Minus 6. I mean 3. Minus 3.60555, like that. Everything over what? Over 6. This is what you are going to do. After you do this, then you say x is now equal to, don't forget, you are told to put your answers to 2 decimal places. So all the answers should be written to 2 decimal places. You answer according to what you are told in the question. So you say, you follow properly. The reason why I'm taking time on this is so that you understand. Just one lesson, you are able to answer everything. That's what I want to see from everyone. Just this lesson, I want you to be able to answer each and every question under quadratic equation, because this carries a lot of marks. 5 marks. You can't fail to get all the 5 marks. So say 1 plus, you write first what is on top. You say 1 plus 3.60555. 555. What answer are you getting? You're getting 4.60555. After seeing your answer, after you see your answer, have you seen that is your answer? Then you say divide. You are dividing by what? 6 there, the 6 which is there. Then you do this. The answer that you are going to get will be what? Will be, this is the answer that you are going to get. The answer that you are going to get will be 0.76759. I'll just end there. Or x is equal to, what answer are we getting this side? So same, let's follow this together. It's 1 minus 3.60555. What answer are we getting? Negative 2.60555. Divide, after you've seen the answer, then divide by 6. Say divide 6. You are getting what? We are getting, this is what? We are getting negative 0.434, just going like this, 43, so 43, 4, 3, 4, 2, 5, like that. Then finally, you write your answers where you say, then x is equal to, how many decimal places are you told? 2 decimal places. You are supposed to answer this to 2 decimal places. So you follow 2 decimal places where you say this is what? 0.2. From here, you move 2 steps. So we move 2 steps from here. So we move 2 steps from here. So here, what we are going to do is this. This is what we are going to do. This is where the point is. So move 2 steps. 1, 2. This is where the boundary line is. So you ask yourself, is this number here on your right greater than 5? If it is greater than 5, you add the 1 to that one. So 7. Is this greater than 5? Yes. You add a 1 to 6. It becomes 7. So it's what? 0.77. That is your answer. So this is your final answer. Then, or x is equal to, you go this other side now. You say 1, 2. Here, the boundary line is there. Is this number greater than 5? No, less than. So this one will maintain. Since it is less than 5, it will maintain the 3. So negative 0.43. So these are your answers. This is how we get to solve those equations. These are procedures. These are steps that you need to put into consideration. So before you answer any question on that, this is what you need to do. These are steps or rather procedures that you need to understand. So I want you to get everything. I don't want you to be overexcited where you think you know this. Then when I give you an exercise, you try to face some challenges. I want you to be clear enough. So I will give you another one. I'll give you another one which you are going to try. I'll give you a question that you are going to try. I see if there are people that have not understood on this. So let me give you this one. Let us try this. Let us make sure that we answer it correctly. I see that we are catching up. So I don't want you to fail this question. So let me give you a simple question. I give you just a simple question from what we are going to cover. I give you a simple question. So just a simple question. So I remember telling you on how to arrange. I gave you all those things on how to arrange, rearrange whenever you are given an equation. So I'll just give you a simple one. I see how many people are going to understand how many people are going to know how to solve these things. So what I'm going to do is this. This is what I'm going to do. So before I give you that one, maybe there's someone who can fill this question. You are having a question which is written like this. Negative 5p is equal to negative 1 plus 2p squared. You are told to solve something that is looking like this. You are given this quadratic equation. This equation is saying solve the equation negative 5p is equal to negative 1 plus 2p squared. Giving your answer. So they are telling you that giving, this is they are specifying, giving your answer. So giving your answer to three significant what? Figures. This is what you are given. To three significant figures. How can you solve something like that? How can you solve this? Since that we've learned this, so I'm going to leave it at a point where we are all going to know, where we are all going to understand. So this is an exercise for you. I just want to leave it at a point where you are able to answer an equation. You're able to answer this equation. So let me give you this one. So the first thing you ask yourself, is this equation properly written? What should come to your mind? Format of a quadratic equation. So how is the format of a quadratic equation? Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to what? Is equal to 0. So you check, is this written in this format? No, it is not written in this format. So what should start this one having a square? Which are we having x here? If you ask yourself, if you check there, is there x here like x squared dx? No, there is p, but the concept is just the same. So don't be confused when you see other letters. They can put any other letter. As long as you know what you are doing, as long as you know what to do, then everything will be simple. So I want you to follow this and I want you to understand this. So you do this, you check. Okay, the first one that you start is this one having a square. This one will come this side. This is positive. Have you seen it is plus 2p squared? When it comes this side, it becomes negative. Negative 2p squared. Then followed by this one. This one is going nowhere, so the sign will change. The sign won't change to maintain p. This is negative. When it comes this side, it becomes positive. So plus 1, which is equal to what? Equal to 0. You've written it properly now in a format that you are going to understand. So this is a format that is well arranged. This is a format that you need to follow. So now you check, what is your a here? What is your a? Your a is negative 2. Don't forget signs. This is where a lot of people make mistakes. Don't forget signs. You do this. What is your b? What is your b? Your b in this case, what is your b? Your b is negative 5. Signs very important. What is your c? Positive 1. You do this. After you've written this, then what you are going to do now is that you are going to say p now. P is equal to, you won't say x, no. You are going to say p. Since there is p in the equation, so p is equal to negative b plus or minus, you do this, then you say b squared minus 4ac. Say over what? 2a. So everything we get to write them systematically, not anyhow. This is a mistake that a lot of students make in an exam. From here you say p is now equal to. So P is now equal to what? P is now equal to, you continue from there. P is now equal to, P is equal to what? What is your B? So you put first a negative, which is on the formula. B is negative. So negative 5 plus or minus. You do this. What is your B? Negative 5. So negative 5 squared minus 4. What is your A? Negative 2. What is your C? 1. You do this. Then everything like this. Over what? Over 2 times A. A is negative 2. This is what we are going to do like this. So this is the what? This is how we get to substitute. Don't put your own things. I want you to follow this way of answering. This is how you need to follow, and this is how you need to answer these questions. So after doing this, after you do this, the next thing that you are going to do is where you punch on your calculator, where you are going to say P is now equal to, so negative times negative positive, so we've got 5 there. I'm going to say plus or minus like that. Punch everything. This part here, this O part here, punch that on your calculator. You say negative 5, open bracket, negative 5 close, then squared. The same way I've written, the exact way that I've written. The answer that you are going to get when we punch that should be what? 33. You need to get a 33. Where you say over. Over what? That times that. That is negative 4. So we've got that one now. So I believe from there, I'm going to continue from here due to space. So I'm going to continue from here. So I'm going to say P is now equal to, P is now equal to what? 5V plus or minus. What is the square root of 33? What is the square root of 33? What is the square root of 33? You discover that when you punch that on your calculator, it will be 5.744556. Then you say over. Everything over. Over what? Negative 4. The negative 4 which is here, where you multiplied there. Since we are having plus or minus, which means we separate these. We need to separate them. How do we separate? You say P is equal to what? 5 plus 5.744556 over what? Negative 4. Or you continue. P is equal to 5 minus what? You continue. 5 minus what? So 5 minus 5.744, continue 456. There's something there like this. Over what? Negative 4. Over what? Over negative 4. This is what we need to do. Over negative what? Over negative 4. So let's not forget how we answered this. So I'm going to say P now is equal to, you get your calculator. I've gotten my calculator. You say 5 plus 5.74456. After seeing your answer, then divide by negative 4. You need to get negative 2.68614 this side. Or P is equal to, this side we move to that side, 5 minus 5.74456. The answer is negative 0.77456. That same answer divided by negative 4. What answer are we getting? We are getting 0.77456. 0.18614. Then finally, our answers are, we were taught to put these answers to three significant figures. Three significant figures means we start from this number here. Have you seen this? This is a number here. So from here you say 1, 2, 3. So the bounded line will now be here. So three significant figures, you now need to understand significant figures. You know that this one is significant. Zeros before numbers are not significant, but zeros after the point or zeros in between numbers are significant. But here we don't have any zero. We start from this one. 1, 2, 3. So it is here like this. Is this number greater than 5? Yes. So a 1 will move there. Put a 1 there. So this will be negative 2.69. This will be your answer. Negative what? Negative 2. So negative 2.69. This is your first answer. This is your first answer. We move to this one here. You say P is now equal to, they've started with a 0. Is 0 significant? No. So we start from here. 1, 2, 3. So the boundary line is here now. 0 is not significant. So I'll start from here. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 numbers here. So it's 0.186. 1 here, it's less than 5. So I can't put a 1 on 6. So these are our answers. This is how you need to answer that one. So now let me give you some exercises. Let me give you some questions that I want you to answer. Just the simple questions that I want you to practice. I see if we've understood this, if we are able to answer questions related to this. Topic 2 is very simple. So this is what you need to know and understand. Let me give you an exercise now. I give you an exercise. I give you an exercise. This is an exercise that I want you people to answer. This is an exercise. So just 2 questions. So solve the following. Solve the following, giving your answers to 2 decimal places. Giving your answers to 2 decimal places. So I just want you to answer the first one. The first one that I want you to try is 1 minus 2m minus 5m squared is equal to 0. The second one that I want you to try, so I'll say 2 that I want you to try. I want you to try this one. 3z squared is equal to 7z minus 1. This is the next question that I want you to answer. So these are simple questions that I want you to revise through. The third one is this one. We've got x squared plus 2x is equal to 7. I want you to answer these 3 equations with this time that we are having. So answer this. The new students, maybe you don't know, you submit in my inbox. You get to submit this work in my inbox. Thank you so much. These are private videos. Don't share them to any person that has not paid. Thank you so much.